All right, we on, man. Yo, thank y'all for tuning in. We live and direct. It's another show, Street Talk Media. Okay, thank y'all for being here. This is the podcast show, and I'm your host, Little E. I got my other two hosts with me, Lady E. Okay, follow her on the IG. That's explicit lady, explicit underscore lady. And my man, Mr. Hood, live and direct. Follow Mr. Hood on the IG as well, Mr. Underscore Hood dot. Or which one is a Hood? Run it back,
Mr. Dot. Mr. Dot.
Mr. Dot Hood underscore. So appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Y'all follow my host, and we live and direct. And on today's show, we're gonna get right to it, man. Um, Godfrey, the comedian, uh, was basically ran across an ad in Brooklyn and was running down about the interracial relationships. And let's run a clip right quick and see what he was talking about. Y'all bear with me and let me see if I can get it up. Right? Let's run it.
Okay.
You can hear what he said? I can't hear what he said.
All right, all right, all right. So
To me, because
y'all seen the clip and shout out to the other media companies that's playing as well. But y'all seen it real quick. So obviously Godfrey had a problem with the interracial relationship that's obviously being ran on the ads. And we already know we see it in commercials, in movies, everywhere now. They're running this interracial relationship thing. Is like it's like an agenda to me. But what y'all think about that?
Well, you couldn't really hear what he was saying, but I actually saw the clip on my own. So if anybody else wants to see that clip, just go ahead and maybe just tell them where that you found the clip if they want to see it again. I think it was on YouTube as well. Um, but I mean, we've been seeing it more and more and more. But the funny part about it is you'll see more them pushing Black women to white men, but you won't see a lot of Black men with white women. Now, I know through the centuries, we are all becoming anti-racial. Not everybody is pure Black. We all got something in us throughout the years. So maybe they're trying to just favor what is happening to the world. It's not all just black and white anymore like it used to be. And and which is a good thing because it was so bad back in the day. And if you actually kind of think about it, Black people weren't even allowed to look at white women in any way, shape, or form, or they was going to be killed, lynched, arrested, beaten, or whatever the case might be. And if you can actually take it back into history with Emmett Till, with his situation with the white woman, they beat him to death, where he ended up having an open casket funeral to show how bad he was beaten. So I mean, the agenda that they're trying to push, this interracial relationships, I mean, it is what it is. You walk down the street nowadays, you don't see normal relationships. You see men with men. You see women with women. You see black with white. You see white with black. I mean, it is what it is. So I'm not surprised to see billboards with interracial relationships. Um, I hope they keep doing it. I mean, it's not going to make me not buy anything less or more than whatever they're, asking me to buy or whatever they're selling. But it's the world that we're coming into. And if that helps ease us out of racism, I mean, I'm for it.
I feel you, E. I feel you, and that's a good point. That's a real good point right there. Definitely, because right, we don't, we want to cancel racism out as much as we can. So I feel you with that. We want people to come together at the same time. But it just seemed like it's an agenda of how they're pushing it now. Like it's something more behind it, basically. You know what I mean? So what you think, Hood?
I think that the interracial billboard represents the times. Like you were saying, it's very common to see same-sex marriages and things like that now. And ultimately, my brother was married to a white woman in 1987, and that's one of the reasons he left DC, is because it was uncommon, and he didn't feel that the urban environment was suitable to raise a biracial child in, where like things was real edgy in DC during that time, where it wasn't a lot of white people, so he didn't feel comfortable raising a child in an all black environment. Whereas like if you would have raised them in an all white environment, they're a little more accepting of seeing it than your own people. So, and like a lady E said, you don't see them pushing white women to black men. It's always black women with white men. It's sort of like the slave has to come in to own his property, because they used to be having their ways with people, wives and stuff during slavery, and your wife is subjected, like she could be subjected to be like the slave master's main little girl and shit. And you got them. That's how. What's the dude name? That's how. Thomas Jefferson, I think. Thomas Jefferson and George Washington. A couple of them got in trouble for that because they got black descendants that's grandkids, but they didn't have no claim to their money and to the stuff that was left behind.
I'm a descendant of Jefferson.
Yeah, so when they found out, yeah, they had to give them money, and a lot of people was upset about that because they felt like, well, them was illegitimate children. But that's where it come into the rules that they putting on us, where they making us take ownership for being black, and they making us take care of our children to pay child support and all that stuff like that. So it's sort of like that was one situation where their actions came back to bite them in the butt, because this man got black children, but it is an agenda. I was thinking about that today too. Like children in foster homes right now are liable to be adopted by a same-sex couple. Like, how you think that make a child feel? Yeah. I don't think that's confusing to a child. Some people could say, well, they could provide a better, more stable home than a regular couple. They have problems just like we have problems. I never knew so many lesbians, like a woman to go be a lesbian because she don't like men, but then she go be with a lesbian who cheats like a man. So it's sort of like pointless. Like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's an empowerment thing, and they give it power to the wrong people. In the 70s, they called it in the closet for a reason. In the 70s, you had to have sex with a white woman on your own time for a reason. You couldn't do it openly, and it was for a reason. It didn't look good. It don't publicly look good.
It was a reason because you would get killed. That was the reason.
Yeah, you say like when the black mentally ill man had a baby with
ashamed by sleeping with a black man that she'll blame it on rape. She'll accuse a black man of all these other things if she ever got caught with being with a black man. So back then they kept that shit like real hush. because we had fears that we were gonna be killed, lynched, slaughtered, just for having feelings for somebody else with a different race. The first couple that ever kind of beat um that persona of black and white man was the Love family, and that's where Valentine's Day came in. I can't remember their names. It had something to do with love, and that's what Valentine. But it was a black was it black man and a white lady, and they went to court and they got married, and that's the first interracial marriage in America, the Loves, and that's where Valentine's Day came in, and that's what kind of started the revolution that you can be with other people, but it was still looked at as you're shaming your race, you're shaming your peoples, you're turning your back on your heritage, you're turning so people didn't, like you said, your brother had to leave because a DC dude gonna look at your brother like, why are you messing with this little snowflake when you got all these DC chocolate girls out here, and people aren't gonna be acceptable of that. So
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna go places where it's gonna be more acceptable, it's gonna be more not shunned on, and you just got to do what you got to do. But then, I'm pretty sure he was watching his back wherever he went, because they gonna look at him the same way they looked at that white lady in DC. But now you turn around and look at DC, it ain't nothing but white people everywhere, everywhere.
Yeah.
Genocide, or whatever that shit is called, is taking over. Interracial relationships taking over. The LGBTQ community is taking over. I wouldn't be surprised if they said, the next thing you could do is marry an animal. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised,
Yeah.
but so with these billboards and stuff like that, I mean, I'm not surprised. I do think again that they're pushing some type of agenda. They're always pushing some type of agenda, and with the male figures being a white dominant male taking over with a black woman, they're going to portray that. The dominance is going to be always going to try to be that white male. They're not going to show a dominant black male in any type of role, not yet. But we're gonna get there. Tyler Perry working on it.
Yeah.
He working on it.
It's definitely an agenda to me. Definitely an agenda. So that's that's real good. The whole nother side of the table that y'all gave. And I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing. Definitely think it's an agenda. We ain't gonna stay on Godfrey too long. It's trending right now, and he all over the place because of that. He's stirring up. It has stirred up a little controversy, obviously, but it's love is love, like they said in the, in other media outlets, and it is love is love, but at the same time, they are pushing this. It seems like a little too much. You know what I mean? A little too hard. To be just for it to be everywhere like that, from movies now to ads to commercials. Even on the commercials, they pushing it, and it's like it got something more deeper than obviously what they saying to be pushing it this hard. All of a sudden, out of just a small amount of time. It ain't really been that long for real, like you were saying, with the Emmett Till and everything else. For real, it ain't really been that long. But now,
Not at all. I think it was 1959 or something like that.
so yeah, it's definitely a agenda being pushed. Um, Hood dropped out on us. Hold on,
Uh oh.
hold up. Hood dropped out. There you go. Hood, you back? So but shout out to Godfrey, man, and because uh, people do have to stand up and say certain things, even if it stirs controversy, and even if people don't like it, stuff has to be said, especially when it comes about this government, and how they push a certain agendas, and how how we're forced already to do certain stuff. So let's move it on. Let's move it on. Let's take it back just 2 days ago, and everybody out there, if y'all know, we hit the streets real heavy, and we try to get the word from certain topics from the public officially, from people out there that's really in the streets, that's really moving and grooving, and we try to talk to them and do interviews, and let's see what they got to say about our topic that is currently running across the screen right now, and that's, are women honest about their fantasies to their partners? Okay, so let's run it back one more time for the people that just tuning in or maybe didn't hear. Are women nowadays, okay, are women honest about their fantasies to their partners? Okay, so let's get into the clip right quick that we did on the streets, and let's see what the public had to say about it right quick. Oops, hold up. All right, quick. All right, let's go ahead with it.
You can't hear.
Yeah, I was gonna say E is choppy.
Okay.
He says something from the rooty to the tooty.
Okay, okay, live and direct. It might have been a little choppy. Um, so that's Sierra C. For anybody that don't know Sierra, Sierra's a host with us, Street Talk TV, and our podcast show as well. And we was out there on the streets. Of course, Sierra asked this young lady, the question: are women honest? So she said she was, and a lot of women she thinks, I think over 25 at least, maybe about honest about their fantasy partners. At least if that girl says so. What you think about that, E? Because I don't really think women are honest about their fantasies, even if they are over 25. It seems like. But again, that's just my opinion. What you think about that, E?
Okay, so we have plenty of fantasies, and that's why we have toys and all this other stuff that we do in private. But when it comes to our men just have an insecurity of stepping over that line of things that a female might want. So if we want to say, oh, you know, they might ask us for a threesome, we'll be like, okay, let a girl join, whatever. Okay, cool. But if we be like, oh, let another dude join, why I'm not good enough for you. I'm not, it causes other problems that is not necessary and is not even worth the argument for. Um, I say it's a big communication thing. So when you get into a relationship with somebody, you should already know what kind of place you can go with them. So if you know this is going to be a square ass, we just going to do missionary. I holler at you every two. days type of situation, then that's what you're gonna get. But if you got a freak body dude, then that's when you can say, okay, maybe I can explore some other things that I might want to explore. But if this is your day one nigga, they're not gonna just let you just be like, oh, I want a train, or I want a threesome with another dude, or I want, this, that, and the third. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Now, if you talk about some other things like, oh, let's do it in the park. Let me suck your dick while driving. Let me, go on a vacation and fuck on the beach. I'm sure any nigga gonna be down for that. They gonna be ready for that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when it comes to certain other fantasy things, like, oh, if it was you, me, you, and Chris Brown, or something like that, they going off. They is going off. They not going for it. They want hit. It's not gonna happen. You're not getting that fantasy threesome. So you might as well keep it to yourself. Get your little rose, whatever your little toy is that you like, and hit the shower and just fantasize by yourself.
Yeah. You probably right about that, E. You probably right about that. Who? What you think, bruh?
I think when it comes to women's sexual fantasies, they be lying because they're a lot more freaky than men, and a lot of men can't handle that. A lot of men can't handle that,
Yeah.
and it be too much. It's too much exposure. Like if you could go inside of a woman's head for a day, you probably would lose your mind because their minds is pretty different. They don't even look at stuff the same. Like they sort of slow. I think it's like a mental deficiency. And I think every woman is blessed to be a woman, and every man is blessed to be a man because I don't know how it would feel or to try to live like that. That's why I got a problem with homosexuality because being a man is like the greatest gift ever. You could like you got a girl who built for pain. That don't mean go out there and try to do your girl in the booty hole and that. For you freaky motherfuckers that be watching. I'm just saying they have a different threshold for pain. Like pain is pleasure to them. So
That is
so
true.
their body is built different than a man. So like a man trying to what they call it, simulate, react like or be like that is sort of embarrassing to manhood because that's not what you're meant to do. You're supposed to give out pain and be freaky too. But the problem with women freaky is they too freaky. That's why I started the pussy protection program because people was treating hoes like they couldn't be hoes. And I was like, they could be hoes. They have a right to be a hoe, but let people know that you're a hoe. Because that's why people be beating the girls up because the girl didn't tell them that she was a hoe. That's where the problem come in at. If you out here, I have never seen a man chase and beat up a prostitute besides her pimp. A trick has, unless he's trying to rob her, a trick has never said, "Oh, this pussy's so good, I'm about to beat your ass." I've never seen it. So, because he knows what he buying, he know what he paying for. The problem come in when you get these nice little church girls and these nice little girls in these little classrooms, and you don't know she a hoe. They got the show right now. It came on with the girl that the little boy been liking for 3 seasons, cheating with his best friend. She's a little hoe, but she don't know she's a little hoe. He can't be mad at his man. I had to get over a lot of stuff in life too. I used to be mad at niggas for trying to hit my little hoes, and then I had to sit down and look at it and be like, she a hoe. It ain't me. I ain't do nothing wrong. I know I'm not a bad guy. She's a hoe. So that's why I think the fantasy part come in at and people not being honest about it because a lot of these women don't really they've been beaten down so long for being who they are that they're afraid to tell who they are. It it ain't even about having like Quavo girlfriend said, letting another man come in their bedroom and hit her with him. I mean, like you said, people used to call that a threesome. I'm like, women don't have threesome. That's called running a train. It's not the same. It's not the same language. It's not the same attitude.
It's more of being like, if you want a train ran on you, that's the side of growing up that you used to see when I was in high school. They used to bring a girl in a room and people would leave out and act like they didn't know the girl was in there naked. I used to be like, this is rape. You know what I'm saying? So I never was into that stuff. But to come now I'm older to find out some women never experienced stuff like that and they look forward to experience stuff like that, it's pretty crazy. It's a crazy world. So that's why I think women keep those thoughts to themselves because it's natural. It's natural to be like that. And it's part of growing up too. To them finding themselves. So if you're gonna be like that, I just advise you to go out here and wear condoms, be safe, don't do it in a reckless way where you exposing yourself to a situation where you sleeping with 6 men and you don't know who the daddy is. Don't get caught up in nothing like that if you're gonna explore these fantasies to be safe as possible. And I was about to say that when you see these young girls out here 20 years old with 2 kids, see them freaky bougie hoes. I don't respect them. I respect the girls that's 34 like me with no kids, but that slept with the whole damn neighborhood. But she ain't got no kids. But you'll hear people talking bad about, oh, that little hoe ass Joe. She ain't got no kids. She ain't got nobody on child support. She don't owe nobody. She's just a nasty girl in the neighborhood. She's just a nasty girl in the neighborhood. Yeah.
But that's what I was saying. Hood said it exactly the way I was saying in the beginning. You got to know what kind of relationship you getting yourself into, because if you think that she's just straight and arrow and is gonna be just this type of relationship, you already setting yourself up for failure already. Especially if she wants to explore her freaky side, because women can be a little too much for men. Sometimes we go overboard to please our significant other, and it might just come off too much. It's understandable. But when we go and do things on the other side, then all of a sudden we this, we that. And I mean, we could be all that, but I tell people just be safe, do what you need to do, get your money. It's like, and
So some are probably honest with their fantasies. They probably some of them probably really living out their fantasies. But yeah, as far as like you
they
said,
pop them out
with their partner, are they really honest with their partner about it? You probably right about that. Like nah, they probably not most of the time. Maybe don't even think the dude can handle it, like you said. So that's a valid point right there. That's definitely a valid point right there. Cause right, the dude might
because
not be able to handle
like Hood said, people get real emotional in their feelings when they feel a certain way about somebody. I mean, you see a lot of these domestic violence cases um, continuously popping up more and more. And then we try to figure out why. Why is it that serious? Did he have to kill the girl? But in his mind, he probably thought this was the one for me, and this is, who I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. And if she wasn't ready to settle down, then it's either me or nobody at all. Like, people be going just the extra
Yeah.
length on shit that I don't get. I don't condone domestic violence. So I feel as though if you're honest with somebody in the beginning and let them know what type of person you are, what time you on, if you want to be freak nasty, if you want to be bring all these things to the table later on. Not saying bring it on right then and there, because you still got to get to know that person yourself to be comfortable enough to do those extra things with. But if you're not honest with that person from the beginning and say, hey, this is the thing that I want to start doing later on in the relationship, then y'all are gonna again set yourselves up for failure.
Yeah. You right, E. You right. Definitely honest from the beginning, and I think that the men on the men's side, that the men have to understand that if we think that we got our own fantasies, and and you could tell your woman you want threesomes and stuff like that, then be able to look on the other side of the table and expect your woman to have fantasies as well.
Yeah.
If
Somebody just invited me to a swingers party, but I'm not gonna go. So I don't know nothing about that.
nah, Nah,
She
not the
telling you
swinger
she wants to
party.
get, she wants to take you to swinger parties and stuff like that. It's a lot of people that be swinging. You'll be surprised.
Yeah,
You'll be surprised. Can't
yeah,
knock
it is.
everybody's thing. Is everything is not for everybody. But at the end of the day, if you go into this without telling them first, hey, this is what type of thing I'm on, and then you just spring it on them in the middle of their relationship or in the middle of things, that's when they gonna feel a little funny about how you moving, how you acting. Then they don't trust you. You doing stuff behind their back. Is they not? Then there's a lot of questions in their mind to think, hey, am I pleasing my woman the way I'm supposed to? That she wants to go out and do other things with other people, or does she just truly want to be with me and just experience these things together?
Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. Yeah, that's good dialogue right there. Let's get into the next topic right quick. Um,
I was gonna say, well, eat real quickly because I got a lot of fans on my Facebook page. I want to say shout out to Shamika, Candace, Rasheen. Everybody's giving us 100%. Make sure y'all check us out on Street Talk TV on YouTube. We're live on there as well, where you can actually see both of our other hosts that's on here. So that way, if you want to get an interaction of what we're really, really talking about, please make sure y'all check us out on Street Talk TV on YouTube. Subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. So that way, every time we go on live, y'all can know that we there, so y'all can watch us.
mhm.
And all right, E. So we still got some more show to go. So make sure y'all stay
Yeah,
tuned.
yeah, and tell them Street Talk Media. Also, that's our second page on the YouTube, Street Talk Media, and that's actually what we do all the podcasts on.
Yes, Street Talk Media is where we do the podcast. Street Talk TV is our other plug. You can always follow all of us, Mr. Hood, CRC, Lil E, Street Talk TV, Lady Explicit, or explicit underscore lady on Instagram. But yeah. So if y'all want to see all of our hosts right now, I appreciate y'all watching me on Facebook. But if you want to see all of our hosts, make sure y'all tune in right now on Street Talk TV.
For sure. Thanks, E. And look,
We got another topic.
let them know. Hit the comments, especially if they on live now or after the program, of course. Flood the comments. Say how y'all feel about all the topics, of course, and don't be afraid to chime in. And get your word heard. Let's go ahead with it. So before we end that, that's again, are women honest with about their fantasies with their partners? So y'all chime in on that and let us know. Let's go to the next one. Um, that's on the page, that's on the screen right now, scrolling. Are you a queen, okay, to a modern day king? What we mean by that, just a small example. Back in the day, you had kings and queens. And if there were kings and queens today, it would be the modern kings and queens. So we want to talk about money, power, and respect because that's what kings had back in the day. That's what they were. That's what the terms were used around them: money, power, and respect. So if the modern day man has his shit together, which we're gonna say a little bit of money, some power and some respect, of course, with the peers and everything else. That would make him a king. So we're gonna say a modern day king that has money, power, and respect, just like the olden days with the old kings and stuff that which they had. So, are you a queen for the modern day king that has also money, power, and respect? These topics are, of course, for the women, and don't be afraid to chime in and let us know how you feel about that. Especially with what's going on now. It seems like it's some gender wars going on a little bit. Shout out to Kevin Samuels for helping start, I think, a lot of that up. And I kind of like Kevin, so some of the stuff I do agree with. So let's get back on topic as far as the modern day woman with the modern day king. Are most modern day women fit today for the type of 1%ers or 10%ers that they want as far as a guy with money, power, and respect. Are you a queen for that
I
guy?
think I froze.
Hood, what you think about that, bro?
I think, like, a lot of women were reluctant to answer that question this weekend, as you saw. A lot of them didn't even want to answer that question.
Right.
But
Sorry.
I don't think it's too many men in those positions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's too many men in those positions to think to even deserve the women that are capable of doing those type of things. Like I told you, my definition of a modern day king is baby boy driving that girl car. Jody driving her car when she at work, then trying to have sex with her employee. That's the modern day king I mean. Them the type of dudes they looking for though. Like I lie to you not. Like I have not found a compatible woman since I started not being normal. I don't know if it's just a jinx on me or what, but it's just like the selection pool is very limited. So then you got some of these bougie women. That's what Kevin Samuels is exposing. Then you got some of these bougie women who really is the real live version of Yvette, but they think they on some Jada Pinkett Smith shit, where they got the upper hand, telling Will she about to sleep with the little young nigga Alex on scene or something. See, the problem is, I don't know what the problem is. I don't think these women realize it's 33 women to every man because most black men are in jail or incarcerated. So the selection pool for a man that got something is very limited, and they don't know that. And Kevin Samuels be speaking statistics to them, but they don't even listen to that. So it's like they are lost cause. Just like I saw one of the things, be like black men don't never raise their children. Like every black man I know take care of their children, or even if they don't take care. I'm trying to explain that to a girl now. She don't see past the fact that her baby daddy can't provide financially, but he try to spend time. And I'm telling her like that's major. You know what I'm saying? You can't shoot a guy in the foot for not having. You should have knew what type of dude you was laying down with before you let a nigga nut in you. Like you wait 9 months on to a year after the dude that nutted in you to find out he broke.
Mm-hmm. Right. Real
You
talk.
you mismanaging your pussy. See, you need to be in the pussy protection program. Cause see, them the type of pussies I be trying to protect. The dumb one. It ain't even about exposure or taking advantage of them. It's just like they don't even know their value or the power of what they got going on. They left out there on the limb, and now you playing catch up from the back, trying to figure out, okay, what could I really get out of this parenting with this person that don't make them feel like I'm trying to disrespect them or belittle them or make them feel less of a person. And it ain't comfortable playing from the back. It's not. Like I'm dead serious. It's not comfortable playing from the back or playing from the rear, trying to get back, trying to get to the front side of things or trying to do things in a positive light. So when you get caught up in that by dating the wrong because see that's mismanagement of pussy. I've been mismanaged by all the coochies that I dated, and none of them was on my level. But they treated me like I'm the bird. I'm like, damn, I got more money than this bitch and all that. But that's the type of mentality that the women have. So just imagine if they actually did have something besides coochie. They would be dangerous. Because they broke already and they the most uppitiest junks you ever gonna meet. And they ain't got nothing
Yeah, bro.
but a bunch of baby daddies. Kill. And then they got the nerve to be out here trying to make dudes share baby mothers with niggas. Dudes don't like this. Once you go out here, like if you got one baby, even if you don't like your baby daddy, he could be like, yeah, explicit my baby mother. She got one child by me. Not like when I say, yeah, explicit my baby mother. They're like, oh yeah, that's my man John baby mother too. Oh, that's my other man baby mother. Oh yeah, all the niggas. These bitches like signing sheets. They just out there letting anybody write on them, letting anybody touch on them, passing them around the room. Like this is out of hand, bro. Like real life.
Nah,
That's some crazy shit.
it's out of hand, Hood. It's out of hand.
Yeah,
Right.
but they don't even look at it like that. But the truth is, That's the truth. Like they don't value themselves, and that's what I'm telling people. Like people think the pussy protection program is bad because it's vulgar with the word being pussy, but the pussy definitely needs protecting because they don't know what they're doing with it. They out here
Yo,
doing anything with it.
yo, listen, me and Explicit, we was talking about this before we even started the live for real. And I'm trying to tell you, man, Explicit was already telling me that she was just at Bike Week. And it's the same thing, man. The girls don't be getting it, man. They don't understand certain things. You know what I mean? And you hitting it right on the nose, hood. You hitting it on the
Yeah,
nose.
they don't know. They
Eat.
don't know, and then they get entangled with people that's crazy. Like them two little boys that was down Myrtle Beach, and then I'm not gonna say nothing else. But there was an article in the paper a few weeks ago. The two little boys at Myrtle Beach had drugged the girl. But this was like happened like last year though. This wasn't this
Oh,
bike week.
Miami.
This was like the
Miami.
previous
That's
year.
Miami.
Yeah, in Miami, they drugged the girl and left her in the room. And like yeah, Miami.
Yeah, Miami.
Yeah, but
I don't know why
like
my
that's the type of
computer's
shit they
acting.
into though. Like, you don't do nothing like that to no woman. That's the mismanagement of pussy, mismanagement of her friends. Because I know it was some other thoughts with her, but like they don't pose to they don't pose to endure those type of things. They supposed to go out and have a good time, sleep around and all that, but don't make stupid, foolish decisions though. And that's why I blame the men who let these girls go without really showing them every part of a man. Like a lot of these women leaving what they call abusive relationships from their family's point of view and who else point of view? They family point of view and society's point of view. Oh,
Uh,
he's controlling. He's trying to tell you this. Some of these thoughts need to be controlled. That's the problem. They got to be an adult without being controlled. Now they just out of control. That's the
yeah,
problem. It ain't about being controlling to a woman. No, I ain't trying to control you. But when you do go out, you need to know how to conduct yourself. You need to know how to not be looking like a hoe, looking like you available. That's why I advise any woman that really want to go be a real woman, even though I'm not a Muslim, I advise them to go study Islam because them women got wear them hijab things and they be fat as a mug in them Jones. But you would never know.
yeah.
You would
Right.
never know
You would.
unless that's your girl. But these Jones, they come out having more like they come out here having like competitions. Who could be the nakedest with having a little bit of clothes on or something like, let me see how naked I can get, but still got clothes on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit out of hand, but they don't know no better though. They don't know no better, but at the same time, that's why some of they little thought ass need to be controlled. I was at Six Flags, that supposed to be a family park. It was ladies out there in thongs in the wave pool. Shit is crazy. Like in the back, like kids out there though, but this is normal though. This is normal.
Nah,
So
and that's in hood. You hitting it on the nose because that's exactly why. Like Kevin be trying to bring up certain statistics and stats with these girls because they looking for these guys that's one percenters, these 10%ers. It's not a lot of these high value dudes like he tried to say, and a lot of the girls they want those guys that have that money, the power and respect. But at the same time, again, are you a queen for these type of guys? And he be hitting on it. Explicit, what you gotta say about that, boo?
Well, when you say modern day kings and you might say modern day queens, I mean it's really hard to actually give people that that crown. You know what I'm saying? Like what made you a queen? What made you a king? And people portray money, power, respect as having a kingdom. Like a king didn't, like back then a king ruled his peoples. They might have not had nothing, but he made sure that everybody was good. He made sure that the land was plentiful. He made sure that everybody was safe. That was what made him a king. But now what makes everybody a king, or he got a car, or he got a house, or he got a good job. Like most of these kings that people are, these females that are looking at, most of them are drug dealers, rappers. football players, basketball players, they are in some type of something. But then at the end of the day, we look up to them as kings, and then all you see on the news is, oh, they beat their wives, they cheated on their wives, they done had kids out of wedlock, they done did this, that, and the third. But we portray them as kings. And we got these females out here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm a queen. I'm a queen. What makes you a queen? Because last time I checked, you was getting, some type of assistance. You was doing all types of stuff. Like I think the whole king and queen situation that just got to be thrown out of the window because nobody is a king or queen. It's all about treating somebody with human decency. It's all about treating people with loyalty and respect. I don't need a crown on my head to tell me what type of person I am or how hard I work for what I do for me and my daughter. That doesn't make me a queen. That makes me a good mother. That makes me a good human. That makes me say that's what the fuck I'm supposed to do as a person. You know what I'm saying? They take these crowns and they try to use it as a symbolism to make us feel like we're supposed to be doing some extra stuff. But you try to be a queen to a trap king, and now you locked up. Now you got charges. Now you in the middle of a gunfight. Now you know what I'm saying, running for your life. Or now you know what I'm saying, get him abused at home because you think, oh, because he got a mansion, you got to take the abuse. I mean, all that shit is the modern day king and queen is not too many of us. It's not too many of us that, we could say that. The only thing I can say to my women is keep your heads up, keep doing what y'all need to do for y'all families, for these men, you know what I'm saying? Do what you need to do for your kids. Stop chasing pussy and get money. Whichever means you need to. Ain't nobody discriminate on how you get your money, men or women. You do what you got to do to survive. And that's what I respect. I don't respect you saying, oh, I'm a king, I'm a queen, because you're not ruling anything. A king and queen rules over a royal family of thing. That's what that's what that used to be. So unless you got a whole village of people that you take care of, and I can say you were actually really, doing that, all that other stuff is irrelevant. I just like to see people take care of what they business the way they supposed to take care of their business and keep it like that. Keep it loyal, keep it, safe. And I mean, that's what I think. I mean, like you said, you got these girls out here, flaunting. They think that they pussy rules everything, and that's not the case. Pussy ain't everything. Money ain't everything. And that's what people that money, power, respect. Okay, you can get all these things, and the next day you wake up, and because you got that money, power, respect, they're gonna kill you. And then what? And as far as a woman treating a man, she should treat a man the way he should be treated, how you would want your son to be treated. We raise these men out here. A lot of these men are coming from single family households, and they look at and they grow up to see how their mother was treated, and then that's how they treat other women. Mm-hmm. Women treat men saying, okay, I see how my mother was treated, so I don't want to be either one treated like that. So this is how I'm gonna treat niggas. I'm gonna just get money and be like, fuck them. So it's a vicious cycle, and we see it as we're growing up. And at some point, it's somewhere we have to break the cycle, and start respecting each other as human beings. If you like somebody, cool. Make an understanding. Look, if you want to be still dealing with other people, just hey, look, I like you, but I still want to deal with other people. We're gonna keep it, platonic. We're gonna keep it like this. We're gonna keep it like that. But treating people like, oh, that's my king, and then because I see it every day. I see somebody with another king every 2 weeks. And this is my king. And the next 2 weeks, we broke up. Fuck that nigga. Oh, but I got a new king. Like they just move on too quick. So that modern day women treating a queen like I mean, I consider myself a black queen, but I'm not royalty queen. I don't got wealth. I don't got shit that I can fucking pass down to my child, and my child can pass down to her children. That's queen status. That's royalty. I don't have that. But I'm never going to let nobody knock my crown off, knock my shoulders off my head, and make me look down at anybody else any differently because I don't have what they have. But I'm going to strive and try to be a better person and fight for things that I have to make it a better life for me and my daughter. And I would expect other people to do the same with their lives and stay out of other people's goddamn business. Like,
I mean, yeah, but you know, back to if these modern day women are fit for a guy that actually has money and power and respect. And some of these guys, like you said, explicit, they do raise a village. They do raise a village. They do you know what I mean? It's probably taking care of multiple people to a certain extent. So again, if you this type of woman that's looking for this type of guy that has this money, power, and respect, then again,
we just bring the same energy.
yeah. Just are you fit? Are you fit for this type of person that you're looking for? So that was really it with the topics. Let everybody know of course the find where to find us at. Catch y'all on the IG and stuff. Um, and make sure to tune in for the next podcast because this almost concludes this one. So we appreciate everybody tuning in and stuff. Any last words, or DeWitt, on the topics?
I just want to say everybody on Facebook again. I appreciate y'all jumping on the live. I know it's a little bit late. I had to fix my phone. I'm trying to work these two phones real quick for y'all. But we did start around like 7:30. So if y'all do want to catch us on our podcast, you can check us out all the time. You'll get an alert on our YouTube channel where you can see all of our hosts at one time instead of just me, even though y'all probably just want to see me, but that's okay. I would like you to see all of our hosts so that way you can see what they're talking about, and then you can actually comment live, and we can get you also interactive with Street Talk TV because here at Street Talk TV, everyone is a correspondent, so we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe and you push the notification bell so that way when we are live on the podcast, you will get notified. Again, you can check me out on explicit_lady. Mr. Hood is Mr. Hood.
Underscore.
And then what is it?
Where's it, Hood? Mr. Hood underscore.
Yeah, Mr. Hood
Mr.
underscore.
Hood underscore.
And on my other page, on my Street Talk page, International Hood.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we got International Hood. So you're gonna check that out.
Yeah.
And then we got Lil E at Street Talk TV. So again, just check us out. We appreciate y'all. I know we was on a little hiatus because of the pandemic, but we are back. So make sure y'all check us out. Tell y'all friends, tell y'all family, and get connected with us. We got Sierra C. We got Dave, the lyricist. All of our hosts, we appreciate y'all, and y'all stay tuned. We got more stuff coming. Watch our videos from last week. We got a lot of topics that we were talking about. And if you have any comments about anything that y'all want us to talk about, just drop them in the subscribe. We'll drop them in the comments and we'll talk about it next week on our podcast. So we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. And you already know what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Salute.
Y'all need to like, comment, and subscribe to Street Talk. The word talk is STEETALK. Not two T's to the
One
word
T
talk.
in the middle.
One
One
T.
T in the middle.
I had to
Street talk
find it
with
too.
one T in the
One
middle.
T. One T in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check us out, like,
Yo.
subscribe, and share, and comment, and all that stuff. So we can
Yo.
come back with more content. We're gonna be hitting the streets again pretty soon.
Hopefully we gonna start going to metro stations. We're gonna start going to some neighborhood if they neighborhood friendly. Cause I don't wanna be in nobody's neighborhood where people be hostile. Like, I keep all that gangster shit. Keep all that gangster stuff for Channel 5 News. Don't nobody want to be on the news. Niggas just
Okay.
trying to get some
Exactly,
content
exactly. We
early.
try to deliver the news, not be on the news. So we might pop
Yeah,
out in a city near you. So make sure y'all check us out. And if you
yeah,
want us to come to your city, let us know. We got booking fees and all that at the bottom. So
Yes, we do.
yeah.
we got booking fees and
All right.
all that, but we will come to a city near you and turn up. You already know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, salute everybody. Salute y'all. Thank y'all. And all the viewers, all the watchers, thank y'all. Comment and subscribe. Street Talk TV, we gone.
All right.
Peace
Lit.
out.